Thank you for attending this session today. I am presenting an innovative lab project from the United States, which is Promega Corporation's Kornberg Center. Promega's culture embraces the principles of well-being and emotional and social intelligence to help employees flourish by improving relationships, managing stress, and enhancing connections. The Kornberg Center workspace reflects its inclusive, collaborative culture with an open setting, placing people at the core and creating a distinctive environment that inspires invention. The building is named for the Nobel Prize-winning biochemist Arthur Kornberg. He found the enzyme that assembles the building blocks into DNA, named DNA polymerase. This ubiquitous class of enzymes make genetically precise DNA and are essential in the replication, repair, and rearrangements of DNA. Many other enzymes of DNA metabolism were discovered, responsible for the start and elongation of DNA chains and chromosomes. These enzymes were the basis of discovery of recombinant DNA, which helped ignite the biotechnology revolution. Included here are basic project statistics and team members responsible for the design and construction of this project. Promega is a very exciting and engaged client to collaborate with. Before the design team was selected, Promega held internal visioning sessions to define the desires for their new lab building. To empower their employees and the company's growth, this building is designed to nurture innovation, collaboration, creative thinking, and personal development. Fitchburg is located about 10 miles southwest of Madison, Wisconsin. The company was founded back in 1978 by Bill Linton. The Fitchburg campus has grown organically as the need for research and manufacturing capacity increased. The Kornberg Center is the latest building on the campus to support novel methods and techniques in research, drug development, forensic science, clinical and molecular diagnostics, and applied testing. Nestled into a clearing and surrounded by woodlands, the design takes inspiration from nature, scientific workflow, and a people-centric business approach that facilitates leading-edge scientific discovery. The site has a prominent slope down to the east, so the west end of the lowest level is nestled into the land. Here you see the general building organization with the visitor entry on the south, employee entry from the west. Each department occupies a lab block connected to adjacent colleagues by walkways through the atrium space. Here's a better photo of the atrium, which is the glue between the lab blocks, connected with floating walkways, filled with daylight, fresh air, custom artwork, plantings, and irresistible amenity and collaboration spaces. The airy atrium houses cafes and third spaces to meet or just cross paths, with floating wood bridges reinforcing a chronic connection across departments to spark and advance novel ideas and new approaches. The labs enjoy access to natural light and views into the sunny atrium filled with natural plantings, water features, and original art, creating an environment that supports personal well-being. The result is a unique environment, remaking the mold in laboratory settings. Here's an exploded view of the building showing the organization, which comprises 2.5 floors. To ensure that Promega is prepared for an unknown future, 30% of the overall laboratory square footage is frontier space, set aside as warm shell to be fit out as science evolves and for new technologies that have yet to be developed. 2/3 of that space is concentrated on the upper floor, indicated by the gray block, while the remainder of the spaces are distributed within each lab block. Scientists have ready access to lab tools and equipment that remove barriers and help speed research. With lab space effectively doubled from the company's existing lab space, Promega scientists are offered optimal flexibility to meet the needs of their experiments and guarantee that research is not limited by the availability of space or equipment. During design, the scientists expressed a desire to have in-lab collaboration spaces for online meetings with their colleagues across the globe without having to leave the lab and remove their PPEs, even more valuable in a post-pandemic world. These spaces also serve as quick touchdown discussion locations. Each lab block has a location designated for in-lab collaboration. From a new cafeteria that serves fresh, locally grown food from an on-site garden to a gymnasium and a sound therapy studio, employees have varied and unique opportunities to refresh throughout the day. Surrounded by art, unique works are integrated into the building, both inside and out, creating a gallery feel and inspiring new perspectives in problem solving and discovery. Here, artists salvage tree trunks, create an intimate scale and sense of enclosure in the outdoor meeting space. Design and construction of this facility supports Promega's goal of environmental sustainability, efficient energy use, and reduction in carbon emissions and offset using an extensive photovoltaic electrical generation system. Low carbon material selection and ambitious sustainability practices prevent carbon to levels and demonstrate investment in a healthy future. Not only are the sustainable practices in alignment with Promega, but it sets a standard for climate responsibility that is perfectly aligned with the recent United States commitment to cut carbon emissions in half by 2030. The team integrated best practices and new innovations to reduce energy use by 65% relative to comparable facilities of this type. The site also contains a rainwater collection system, which saves 1 million gallons of reclaimed water annually. The Kornberg Center is the first lab building in the United States to utilize a double skin facade on all sides, which is a dual layered construction consisting of an exterior curtain wall glass system, which is shown on the right, and an interior brick wall with single glazed window openings on the left, separated by a 3-foot airspace. This enhances energy efficiency and increases thermal comfort, much like a double-walled container works to keep liquids or foods hot or cold. This innovative approach delivers higher efficiency than a single-layer high-performance wall, or even other more costly double-wall applications where both layers are glass curtain wall. The displacement air mechanical system introduces 100% outside air at a lower velocity from the floor level. This system reduces mixing of air with contaminants, dust, and airborne microbes, in contrast to traditional systems that operate at higher velocities in the ceiling level, storing up contaminants. This displacement air mechanical system results in healthier air. Exposed wood panels, expansive operable windows, water installations, and indoor natural plantings, including a 25-foot strangler fig tree in the atrium. The design creates a soothing environment that brings people closer to nature. The mass timber structure, which is a low-carbon natural building material, creates a welcoming, serene environment and improves the sense of well-being, productivity, and even health. A total of 672 photovoltaic panels are installed on the roof of the building, which can generate approximately 313,000 kilowatt hours of power annually. Operable windows draw air conditioned by the double skin facade through non-lab spaces up and into the atrium, where additional fresh outside air is added through another set of operable windows. It then leaves the building through a clear story set of windows, all using natural air buoyancy and flow. Combined with radiant floor heating and cooling and displacement air, which naturally lifts and removes contaminants and stale air away from people, this creates incredibly high indoor air quality. Thank you for joining this session. I leave you with this quote from Promega's Vice President of R&D, Pancho Meisenheimer. Along with the advanced technology, the building design itself inspires inventive thinking, fueling us to imagine the unimagined. If your workplace looks like everywhere else, you will end up thinking like everyone else. Thank you for attending.